Giganeer, together with FlexCruitment, has spent a long time developing up the new skills gap scorecard, which is an asset and a tool which can be used by industry, typically for companies without HR, where you can independently assess your skills within your business and plan for the future. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. Item number one, pause. We recommend very strongly before you even enter any data onto the scorecard, you switch from tactical to strategic mode. And what we mean by this is tactical is very much firefighting and dealing with the actions at hand. We strongly recommend that you take some time out to strategically review your business from a higher level, and ideally with others around you that you can trust, whether from inside or outside of your business, to provide that full 360-degree view. With these additional assets in place, you will be able to get the best answers out of this particular scorecard and find the most value from the scorecard. The second item is review. Here we will be looking at the current state, doing a skills assessment in that area. Here we will need things like, for example, your revenue. We'll need the number of employed so that you can look at the cost per employee. We can also then break the employees down into roles such as critical roles, specialist roles, professional roles, and operator level. And clearly here it's the criticals that you need to be looking at. These critical staff members who, for any reason, if they weren't able to come into work, would effectively massively disrupt your business. How are we going to manage that? The specialists are an interesting bunch because the specialists are the ones which actually add unique value to your business. And I would strongly recommend that with regards to doing this, we actually look at specialists, but actually having cross-functional teams that can support one another. And then you have the professionals. It's interesting, many businesses these days actually employ professional people, literally 365 days a year, when the needs of professional support is only for literally a matter of a few days or a few weeks per year. On to section 3, which is the options. Here we dig deep and go into what we call our EURA skills and TTR, which is time to revenue. And you'll see the TTR level at the bottom. At the moment, the quickest thing to do would be to upskill your workforce. And clearly that's not necessarily going to be always possible. However, it's definitely the cheapest and the quickest way to get outcomes. Then you can outsource the skills. That is something which is becoming more and more on demand. And I think you'll find these skills are definitely going to be there going forward. Recruiting is actually the one which takes longer these days. We've seen 3 to 6 months as a typical window. And typically with recruiters charging upwards of 20% of first year salaries, it's a very expensive option. And there's always the other option, which is apprenticeships. Apprentices are a really good way of adding value to your business, but will take time. But at the end of the day, will provide you with probably the highest value asset. The next stage is planning. We also plan for the future state skills assessment. So here, we don't just look at the actual skills that's happening right now. We also look at what would happen if there were investment, for example, with cobots to actually assist individuals with regards to lights out production. Then there's the issue of internal training. If we put people through internal training, are we able to get higher value from them? And of course, we need to be looking at the future value of the business and what the turnover and revenue needs to look like. From that data, we can then plan the number of individuals that are necessary to achieve the actual sales to revenue targets that you're after. And then the last but not least is the action plan to create this new agile workforce. It's actually a roadmap which will give you some markers for you to be able to take a look at how you can build what is effectively a flexible and agile workforce. So those 5 items, pause, review, options, plan, and action, are the 5 key areas. And we hope that you find value actually from this scorecard. We thank you for your attention today. And again, really appreciate your time and energy. Thank you so much.